Use code 8thPlaceDave to save 5% on your order at Face to Face Games, Canada's largest Magic the Gathering store, where qualified orders receive free shipping Canada-wide. Support the channel and visit facetofacegames.com today. Today we have a new random buy that we're going to look through. You can see here. Found this on Facebook Marketplace, picked it up today. It's a pretty decent size. This cost 335 Canadian dollars total. So it's actually one of the larger ones that I've done in terms of cost anyway. It's actually pretty big in terms of the amount of cards too. The person that I bought it from, actually, I have purchased cards from him in the past. I bought a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards from him. He buys and sells cards a lot himself. So I don't expect to find anything huge in here, but I think there's going to be some decent stuff. He put pictures of the cards that he thought were notable out. I believe this is going to be what's in here, so we'll look through this first. But I think there might be a decent amount of things from newer sets that, you know, they're not massive, but they have value. Those are the things that I tend to look for most in random buys, is like random commons and uncommons and things that at once were bulk but now have value. So maybe we'll be able to find some of that stuff. Let's take a look through some of these. These are the ones that he thought were notable. Anyway, here's a visitor from Planet Q from Mystery Booster, I guess, the test cards. Glasspool Mimic, pretty decent. Eater of Days, it's a cool card. When it comes into play, you skip your next 2 turns. Foil Malevolent Hermit. Cemetery Prowler. I'll probably try to scan up some of these at the end and get kind of an approximation of what the value might be like. Archmage Emeritus is pretty cool. Here's the borderless version or extended art. It's a very playable card. Monologue tax here as well. Here's a Valakut Exploration. Idyllic Tutor is pretty sweet. Sidar Kondo of Jamura. It's a mythic etched one from Commander Legends there. Arden. Reshape the Earth, nice. I've been looking for one of these for a while, actually, because I want this for my Hazazon deck. I didn't know this card existed until somebody played it against me, and I was like, holy crap, put 10 lands into play. Can you imagine putting 10 deserts into play when you have Hazazon? I've been looking for it at various stores, and pretty much all of them have been out of stock. Ideally, it would be a foil borderless one, but borderless is pretty sweet too, so hey, I'll take this and put it in my Hazazon deck. Here's a borderless Thought Vessel. Ecological Appreciation. I didn't know this card existed. There's a mythic there, apparently, from Strixhaven. Frostboil Snarl from Strixhaven as well. Let's see what else. Surge Spanner. There's a Bolas's Citadel. It's a good rare. Pack Leader Jace Bellerin from M11. Dragon Skull Summit. Oswald Fieldbender. It's a pretty good card. I believe this is like a Birthing Pod of Artifacts, right? Yeah. Sereth, Brutal Cathar. That one's gone up recently. Throne of the God Pharaoh. Pretty sweet card. Hex Parasite. There's 3 of these. So I did see these all pictured. Foil 3 visits. You can definitely tell it's foil from Commander Legends right there. A non-foil. A couple of talismans. Old school. Trailblazer's Boots from Mystery Booster. The Reliquary Tower. Some more of these lands. Cerisier, some Thran Dynamos, those are nice. Tatyova, Blood Artist, a regular Trailblazer's Boots. I play this in my Gishath deck, Congregation at Dawn. It's basically perfect for that deck. It allows you to set up the Gishath hit at instant speed. The Bad River. Rough Rotation, Pongify, Castle Garenberg's pretty cool. Here's a revised Sarah Angel. Too bad it's not unlimited. But it wouldn't be unlimited, because, like I was saying, the person that I bought this from, here's a Cathalog Thwain. He buys and sells cards a lot, but he said that he's mostly into like old school Magic has to be played, and he says that he only plays like with the old rules and in Vintage and whatnot. So he says that he just, here's a Chandra, that's cool. Buys lots, takes out anything big that he knows there would only be old cards, and then sells the rest. So things like Unlimited Sarah Angel, he probably would have taken that out. But there could be some new stuff left over. War Shard's pretty decent. Sanctum Weaver. Here's actually 3 Radiant Archangels. This is a reserve list rare, I believe. So 3 of these is cool. I think that's sitting at around $10 each. Righteousness Revised. Some Bantu's Monuments. Swell of New Phyrexia. Heartless Summoning. This card goes up and down all the time, I think. It's a very powerful card, but it's never really been truly broken, I think. It's one that has so much potential, though. Shape Anew. Glory. Judgment there. Druid of Purification. Lorthos, the Tidemaker. War Room. Probably hold on to this. I find myself always needing more War Rooms because I put this in a lot of decks. Port Razor. Kodama of the East Tree. There's a Gilded Lotus. Alcott Exploration. Basilisk Collar. Unmarked Grave. Jace Mirror Mage. I was surprised how essentially worthless this card is, even in the borderless version. It's like $1, maybe less. It's pretty crazy. It's not a terrible card either. Wordus Rider, Keeper of the Accord, very playable there. Foil Blex is pretty cool. I still don't understand why this card is mythic, but it's cool because it's a pest and it works with other pest type of creatures and things. True Repository from Abyssin Restored there. The Hermit, Anna, Keening Stone, Semester's End, Memory Deluge, Enduring Archangel, Return of the Wild Speaker. It's another mythic. This one seems like it could have potential as well, but I'm not sure if it'll ever get there. Rolisk, Lands, Hand of Vecna. Here's a Lantern Flare. Let's see. There's a regular old Jace there and a Nahiri as well. Thalia. More lands. Shunned Shadow Snarl. Ghost Courier from Innistrad. And another Bantu's Monument. Use that up with the other ones. Farseek. So like even things like this, he took out and put in the notable things, but I took a quick look through some of the other things. Like there's quite a lot of things there. Took a quick look through some of the other boxes, and there are some decent cards in there that I saw that he didn't put in the notable things. So we'll find some nice surprises later on, I think, as well. Ketra's Monument. This is a cool Grey Merchant. Llanowar Visionary. Curse of Opulence, nice. Archetype. Power Would Kill. A Braid. Dissipation Field. What was a sleeve? Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, things like this. I'll probably try to scan up all these things here and get some value for you at the end to show. Tyrite Sanctum, Stuffy Doll, Oubliette, Wall of Junk. Some more angels there. Looks like there was probably some kind of angel deck. This is a pretty new card right here, the land. Mountain. Old School Urza's Mine. I think there's a few Urza lands from, was it Chronicles or something? Archangel, here's some more. Tower of Calamities. It's a Seraph from Ice Age. Is that a reserve list card? I'm not sure. I'll have to check. There's two of them anyway. Horizon Stone there. Guy's Will. Ubahush. I never noticed before this weird like lens flare thing at the very top of the card there. Another Seraph. Two more of them actually, so we got a playset of Seraphs. Shape of Wittigo? Hot Gorger. Sarah Angel. It was still a rare in 9th edition apparently. Angel of Retribution. Kind of weird that this card has the title in italics. I guess because it's the name of something? I don't know. Double Enchant. Bloodlord of Vazgoth. We have 5 Seraphs. There's a little bit more stuff in this box here. Crippling Fear, there's a new card. A bunch of new stuff here. And even some new cards have gone up quite a bit recently. A lot of cards from like a Midnight Hunt. So there could be some cool stuff. Man, this Brylan is so dark. Holy crap. Etched one there. It's blue, but it almost looks black. Wellness. This one's quite dark as well, this Nimrus. Nyxothid. Talisman, Biblioplex. There's a Ludwig's test subject. Is this the promo? No, I think this might just be a pack foil. Not sure. A couple of Slogurks there. One foil and one non-foil. A pithing needle. This is a card I expect to age well. Can't stay away. Right now it's in the Greasefang deck, but I feel like it has other applications as well, probably. Foil Slaughter Games is pretty cool from Return to Ravnica. Deadbridge Chant, that's from the Commander deck. Yeah, there's definitely some cool stuff there. So that's the stuff I mostly saw. Let's move on to something I have not seen. Actually, we'll do this. Quickly go over this one. So there was this thing in it. Mystic Intellect deck, which is open. I suspect, basically, he just opened this up to take out the dock side, and possibly everything else might still be in here. We'll see anyway. Oop. Chuck some of the cards away there. There's a couple of other decent cards in here. The other one would be Savine's Reclamation, however that recently got reprinted, so it's not really a whole lot anymore. There might be a Ghostly Prison as well, I think. We'll see. All the tokens here. Oh, there's the Ghostly Prison. That's good to see. These uncommons. There's the Savine's Reclamation. Empowered Auto Generator is not nothing. Sun Titan. Hey, nice. The Clever Impersonator is even here as well. So yeah, it looks like literally the whole thing is here aside from the dock side. Talran, no way. Fairy Stream, Soul Ring. Yeah, some decent stuff in there. Let's put this back in the box. It was basically a full precon minus one card. However, the one card, you know, is quite a big one. Which one next? Oh, we'll take a look in this pre-release kit. Crimson Vow. Wonder if this really is just what somebody got from a pre-release. Midnight Hunt. There's a few of these lands here. A decent amount of them, actually. Cthulhu's Call. There are some good comments and non-comments from these sets, actually. Here's one right here, Fading Hope. Leave that out. Otherworldly Gaze. That does see play sometimes. Lunarch Veteran. I usually take Lunarch Veteran out. Anything that has this kind of effect, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Those cards tend to always age well. So I usually take them out and hold on to them. The Tree Folk token. What is the list? Hey, what is this? Village Watch? Mystic Skull Tavern. And Ruffian. Kessig Naturalist, I think, is a pretty decent uncommon. Not a whole lot of value right now, but it's another one that I hold on to typically. Another Ren and 7 token. Emblem. It's kind of cool. Let's take that out. Is that foil Mystic Skull that the person played, apparently? Looks like there's no considers. Faithful Mending is a pretty decent uncommon. Which one next? You can see, so we got a couple binders, a couple big boxes, 2 big boxes there, this plastic container, and then 2 secret layer boxes. You will have a look through those secret layer boxes. There's definitely some foils here. Bone Char, yeah, I think there's a decent amount of Modern Horizons 2 stuff. That's good, and there could be some good commons and uncommons. Chunk Winder, I usually hold on to that. Same with Echoing Return. I'll just take all these foils out. And these bridges are decent to have in foil as well. I think there's a Mishra's Factory. I'll just put all these foils together. I usually hold on to all of these as well. The modal double-faced land things from Zendikar Rising. The other one, what's the black one though? The black one is good as well. Blacksmith Skill is a pretty playable card. Hey, cool. There's a foil retro Talisman of Hierarchy. That's got to have some value. Tribute Mage. So clearly somebody opened a collector box of Modern Horizons 2. Oh, that's pretty good. A Tireless Provisioner. That's uncommon from Modern Horizons 2. That's actually held value quite well. It's cool to find in here. Silver Bluff is nice. Ground Shaker Sliver. It's all beat up. Might Sliver. It's also all beat up. A bunch of upside down cards. Malakir Rebirth right there. You can see in the back. I'll take this out now. That's the good black card I was talking about. Temple of False Gold. Okay. Migration Path. Some more foils. Oh, cool. A foil sketch Timeless Witness. That's another good uncommon. Pretty... Goblin Anarchomancer. Very good common as well. It's pretty decent stuff, actually. This is the kind of things that I was talking about, where if someone is only interested in, like, big, old cards, they would miss these cards. And they don't have a huge amount of value, but they're definitely worth taking out. You can buy list them for a decent amount. Got a Decisive Denial there. I didn't know that was one of the Dark Frame promos. Whatever, we'll take it out. Here's another, this is just a 1-pack thing. Set that over there. Thin Horn Elves. What other tokens do we have here? Always have to check the tokens as well. Some tokens can have a pretty good amount of value. Hey, cool. Goblin / Squirrel. That was pretty good stuff in that box. Judging by this big pile I took out of it. We'll put this one aside. Which secret lair was this? Culture Shocks Grixis. We'll do the other secret lair box. Culture Shocks Bant. Is it going to be more of the same kind of thing? Looks like it. So we have some Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards here. There's so many foils. There's some good commons and uncommons and Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Here's one that I typically hold on to, Barbarian class. Well, they bought some stuff from face-to-face games. Now would be a good opportunity, I suppose, to mention Face-to-Face Games being a sponsor of the channel. If you'd like to purchase any Magic cards, you can go to face-to-facegames.com. If you use code 8th Place Dave, you can save 5% on your order. Ingenious Infiltrator right here. That's a pretty good uncommon to get in the retro foil. Here's an etched Mishra's Factory. And the person opened it. So I don't believe that the person that I bought this from opened these packs. This is probably a collection that he bought, but whoever he bought it from, looks like they opened a decent amount of collector boxes of Modern Horizons 2. Elixir of Immortality, there was a decent card. Thrilling Discovery as well. Yeah, that might be okay. The Lolth emblem there. Fading Hope. Good uncommon. More foils, probably. Elves. Look at that worm. Foil Full Art Land. That's probably a good token. Foil Boo. Nice. Some non-foils now. Wonder Emblem's alright. I think this is a good common actually from Crimson Vow. This is one that's gone up fairly recently. A 1 mana instant there. Pretty powerful. So we've looked through a lot of new stuff, but I'm gonna go for this box next. Looks like this is all old stuff. Could be interesting. We'll take out this Tendrils. We have some Pokemon here. Jigglypuff. Hey, one of the worst cards ever, Break Open. Turn target face down creature and opponent controls face up. Yeah. Chroma's Vengeance. Here's an old rare. So there's a Daru Warchief here. I think that's actually probably a decent card. What else? Always worth taking those out. Interesting, an old school werebear, that's cool. I actually didn't know that there was a werebear from, was that Odyssey? It's a French card. Here's a Dragon Speaker Shaman. There's a couple of them. How many are there? 3, 4. Nice. Gem Palm Polluter any good? I always take this out and then it turns out not being anything, but let's do it again. A couple of artifact lanes, something. So as I was expecting in this box of older cards, didn't really find a whole lot worth taking out. Because for the older ones, I assume that the person I bought this from would have gotten those already. But still, it's cool to get some more older cards like this and to fill in spots for random commons and uncommons in my binders. Speaking of binders, there's a couple of binders here. How about we look through those? I'll make some room. Start with this one. Let's move the camera back. It's kind of, it looks like it's just all random commons and uncommons in here almost. Like here's a foil, but it's not really notable. Archetype, all the archetypes are worth taking out, I think. Here's a few of them. Take those out. But I always find it a bit strange to have just random assorted commons in a binder. Hey, here's a foil in the binder. Like if it's a set binder or something, that makes more sense. But I don't know. Actually, one thing that's cool about these is so there are these two binders. I actually find myself buying binder pages quite frequently with putting together binders for every set. And for a box of binder pages, that's, you know, like $30 plus. So it looks like there's maybe 3 boxes worth of pages here between the new binders. So that'll save me like upwards of $100. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if there's anything worth pulling out of here. Cauldron familiar. Yeah. Here's a foil from Scars, I think. Corrupted Harvester. Might be able to find some cool old foils in here. Well, old being like, you know, 10 years plus old. Diabolic Tutor. It's a card that always has some value. Dread Return. Actually, I don't think that one has a whole lot of value anymore, but this Mystery Booster version might be able to buy list it at least. Haunted Dead, I love this card so much. I played this in Standard. Foil something. Onyx Mage from M12. Plague Stinger, I think, is pretty decent for a common, isn't it? Oh, Knight's Whisper. That's a good one right there. Hopefully there's more than one of that. Oh, nope. That's the one. This thing's foil. I'm going to try to avoid the glare here. I'll just Reborn. Sometimes you can buy list that. This Ravenous Trap was actually a very big uncommon at one point. Not really so much anymore. Vampire Hexmage is another card here that you can sometimes buy list. Depending on how the store is feeling at the time. Abundant Harvest, or Abundant Growth, I should say. The Almighty Brushwag. Here's my favorite card, Acidic Slime. Some uncommon Planeswalkers. There's a Boreal Druid from Mystery Booster. Things like this are cool to find too, just like a foil from Return to Ravnica. Because that's a set where I would like to get, you know, foils of anything I can. That's around when I started playing, started playing seriously. So it's cool to find foils from that set. See a decent amount of Theros Beyond Death stuff. It'd be cool if we could find some, there's a green uncommon that's good from Theros Beyond Death, and the name of it is escaping my mind right now. Destiny Spinner. It'd be cool if we could find some Destiny Spinners. There's another foil uncommon from Return to Ravnica. Teamer Sabretooth. It's a pretty good uncommon there. Just one of them. Still, it's nice to find. I also like finding foils from Avacyn Restored. That's my favorite set, because that's the set that I did start playing with. Whenever I say a set I started playing with, I have to add in the caveat of I started playing seriously with, because otherwise my friend Tim will call me out and say, you didn't start playing then, because yes, I started playing technically when I was a kid when Nemesis came out, but I only played for like a month and then quit until years and years later when Avacyn Restored came out. Johnny's Welcome right here is a good uncommon. Here's one of the archetypes from Born of the Gods, the white one. Archetype of Courage. Deafening Silence, good uncommon. Oh, look at the art on this card. Forced Worship. Right into the wall there. Cool, Lapse Uncertainty. This is kind of like it's a counterspell type of card in white. There's a mystery booster version there. Here's a foil from one of the original Kamigawa sets. It's a pretty old foil to find. Kind of cool. I actually found more in this binder than I was expecting to, because I took a quick look through it before and saw basically just random bulk commons and uncommons, but all this stuff, a lot of it is just random foils, but they're cool, and there are some things that have value in here as well. Teamer Sabretooth is one of them. How about that second binder? I guess it's the other colors. Got some blue stuff. Probably take out the Factor Fiction. Hey, cool. Check this one out. A foil Innistrad Invisible Stalker. I actually play Invisible Stalker in my SIG deck. I'll chuck this foil in there. This one... Oh, getting this uncommon makes me happy. Oh, Lazotep Plating right here is a decent uncommon from War of the Spark. Hey, here's a Mahamadijin. Some kind of promo. Back when a 5/6 flyer for 6 was a decent rare, apparently. That was a super classic card. I believe that's out of Alpha, isn't it? Reconnaissance Mission right there is a good uncommon from Ikoria. We've got 3 of them. Nice. And Psychic Corrosion from M19. There's this Sage of the Falls here. I believe this goes infinite with something, doesn't it? It's a foil one. and a regular one. When it enters the battlefield, whenever this or another human enters the battlefield, under your control, you can draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Pretty sure there's some kind of infinite combo with that. There's a Tinker from Mystery Booster. It's kind of funny. Let's see, we've got a Browbeat from the Premium Deck series here. I remember when this was a playable card, right when I was getting into Modern. This was a card people actually sometimes put in their Modern Burn deck. Hey, there's a Chain Lightning. That's actually pretty cool. This card right here, Electrostatic Field, is one that's actually gone up quite a bit recently out of Guilds of Ravnica. It's kind of funny that I believe now that is the most expensive uncommon out of Guilds of Ravnica. A whole bunch of foils on this page. Looks like there's most of the cards from the Premium Deck Series Fire and Lightning. Here's a cool one, Price of Progress, Mystery Booster version. I'm gonna Stoke the Flames right here. That was such a huge card in Standard. And I thought this would see play in formats outside of Standard, because it's still a good card. 4 mana, instant, do 4 damage to anything, but it has Convoke. So you can cast it quite easily, but it just didn't really quite get there outside of Standard. Oh, this is cool. Treasonous Ogre out of a Mystery Booster there. It's a very good uncommon. Ashiok, nice. It's actually one of the good uncommon Planeswalkers. It's actually a rare here. 2 copies of it. Connive and Concoct. Kyoro's another good, another one of the good uncommon Planeswalkers there. Isotarm's okay as well. A couple of those. Kyoro's Follower is very playable right here. There's a promo, might as well take that out. Hey, here's a foil Mind Funeral out of Mystery Booster. Some more foils there. Satyr Enchanter is a good uncommon. There's 3 of those, that's nice. Sprite Dragon there was a big uncommon at one point too. Not really anything anymore. I'll probably still just take it out. I mean, I'm going to take everything out of these binders because I want to reuse the binder pages. But I'll do that later. Now I've knocked over all of my piles, taking cards out of the binders. Once again, a decent amount of stuff in that, though. Okay, so what we have left are these 2 boxes. It's a decent amount of cards, actually. Let us go through this one first, I guess. The Gigabyte box. Someone bought a laptop, maybe? So in here, we have a decent amount of sleeved cards of various different sleeves. Kind of gross there, all hairy. So I guess this is these are decks that were taken apart. And what kind of random stuff we can find in here. I see a sun-scorched desert. You know which desert we're looking for. Just gonna put them back in the box as I go. Universal Automaton is a good common. It's played, you know, you can play it in so many decks. Look at these sleeves. Looks like something out of the early 2000s. Snow-covered plains. I think Walking Atlas is not bad. Foil Dwarven Mine is actually probably something at this point. Probably take out all these Dwarven Mines. I'll keep all, usually I keep all the lands that I find like this out of this cycle from, especially Mystic Sanctuary, out of the cycle from Throne of Eldraine. Great Furnace, nice. There's actually a couple of the Theros Beyond Death basics here. That's cool. Spreading Seas, that's a good common. Too bad it's all beat up. Almar Depths. Brave the Elements, that went up a decent amount recently. Alright, so halfway through this box, I have a nice little pile of stuff that I've taken out off to the side here. I wonder if I can, yeah, there we go. Make it easier to go through this half. Oubliette, sure. A cranial plating. Some decent double masters uncommons there. There's another one, Woodland Chasm. Some original lands. And Mishra's Factory. Mishra's Factory, not so interesting, but you know, the original lands does have value. Kaya Emblem. Foil Snow-Covered Plains. It's super scratched up though. Stuff out of Kamigawa. The Patchwork Automaton is a good uncommon. Somebody made their own custom Atraxa right here. Wonder what they stuck it on. Disciple of the Vault's actually a decent uncommon now. Foil Death Reap. It's cool. Bloodline Pretender is a decent uncommon from Kaldheim. Remember when Pioneer was made a format, Wild Slash spiked up so hard for being a uncommon. But now we have Play with Fire, I believe is what it's called, which is just better. Usually. Okay, Ramanap Ruins, nice. Those are pretty decent in terms of value. Enclave Cryptologist might be a decent card to get in foil there. Proxy to Mox Tantalite. Pawn of Ulamog is a good uncommon. Then we have some Pokemon energy cards here. Don't know what set that is. Bunch of energies. Sure, why not? Check that out. Foil Balagad Recovery. As I drop it. It's pretty sweet. Some more Urza lands as well. Pretty good stuff. A bunch of Urza lands. So what's this box done with? That foil Balagad Recovery was pretty sweet. Got another nice pile going on right here from that one. We have one box left. There's Cons of Tarkir gift box. If you don't know, so they did 3 of these, I think. Or maybe more. There was Return to Ravnica, Theros, and Cons of Tarkir, where for Christmas they made this gift box thing where you got the storage box. It came with, I think, 4 boosters, as well as a promo card. And then you got these dividers in it. It's pretty cool. It's a nice box, but the thing is, a lot of them, you can see here, they would break at the corner. Which is quite annoying. I still have mine from Return to Ravnica and Theros. I use them. Most of them, anyway. I think Golgari Charm is a good uncommon. Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven right together, as they should be. A random Tainted Wood. Ominous Seas is an okay uncommon, I believe. Definitely some foils right there, and right there. Some there. Hey, look at the tiny Boros Charm. I'll Boros Charm you. Another one. Inspiring Vantage. Oh, this card is so faded. It's Forceful Denial. Oh yes, the Commander Legends foils. Another Theros land there. Yeah, that's a good one. A foil Bastion of Remembrance. It's pretty nice. Good uncommon for my Korea. Foil Excess Tunnel's pretty cool. I twitch. Whole lot of foils out of Strixhaven. Oh, it literally was all foils. Mindcrank is a pretty decent uncommon, I think. The Field of Ruin there from Ixalan. Not a whole lot anymore, but it's probably worth taking out. Full Art Land. Oh, check that out. Foil Stormkill Artist. That's another good foil uncommon. Plum the Forbidden. Another good one. Some older foil stuff there. Heraldic Banner is a good uncommon. Yeah, there's actually one of the stamped cards here. Is this Kamigawa? Yeah, Reckoner Shakedown. Traveler's Amulet. Some Serum Visions. Modern Horizons 3. Theros Land. Yeah, both Serum Visions and Preordain here used to be such good commons and uncommons. That was cool. More Theros lands. There's quite a few of these that I've found so far. Timeless Witness, that's a good uncommon. Talisman of Creativity, that's pretty nice. And Seraph Sanctuary. I think this is the one card. No, I'm missing more than one. This is the one common that I was missing out of Avacyn Restored. So I'll put that in my binder. Oh, check this out. 3 Heraldic Banners, that's nice. Invisible Stalker. A Breeding Pool. So far, it kind of feels like this has been the best box in terms of finding good stuff that I didn't know about. Test of Talents. It's a decent uncommon. Theros stuff. This was a good uncommon, but just got reprinted in the artifacts from the Brothers' War. Usually take out Interplanar Bacon as well. Interplanar Bacon. The good stuff. A Luca emblem. Interesting. Hey, check it out, a Dragon's Approach. That's a good common. And another one. Is it? Is Resculpt good? Kraken. 7 Dwarves. A couple of those. That's not bad. Dragon's Approach. Nice. No covered swamp. Alright, so that's everything minus this little Nicol Bolas box here from, what is this, Archenemy Nicol Bolas, I think? So looks like it's probably this deck. Is there anything good in it, though? So, I have been recording for nearly 2 hours at this point, looking through all these things. So I have this, and all of these that I've taken out. Those are things which either have value or are interesting to me in some way, or they could just be random bulk foils. But what I'm going to do off camera now is go through those a little bit more carefully and try to scan up some things that do have value, and I'll come back to you with a little bit of a recap. Alright, I'm back. That took a while. What I have here is a giant stack of cards. These are all around $1 through $3 each. These piles, or I should say these rows here, are around $4 through $7 each, and then the top is 8 to 10. So the stuff I scanned up came up to around $670 US by TCG mid pricing, so that would be around 900 Canadian. So make of that what you will with being TCG mid, but either way, pretty happy with this. So as I suspected, there was nothing huge in here, but lots of, little mid-range cards. So up top, the most valuable ones are the 3 Radiants here. Those are reserved list rares. Still not that much, it's like $9. Bolas Citadel. Quite happy with this Reshape the Earth here, because I was looking for this card to put in my deck, so I'll do that. I'm quite happy with this Invisible Stalker too, because once again, I'll put that in my deck. It's a nice old foil there. Some other cool stuff. A couple of foil Stormkill and Artists here. I actually missed one of these the first time I went through. Found the other when I was looking through the foils. Foil Bastion of Remembrance. What else? Bunch of Bontu's Monuments. Thought Vessel, Archmage Emeritus, things like that. A couple of 3 visits. There's a Chandra here, that's cool. Malakir Rebirth. A foil Balagad Recovery, that was pretty sweet. Things like Thran Dynamo, Pongify, Castle Garenbrig. Lots of neat stuff. And then in this other stack that I mentioned, it's, cheaper cards that are around $1 to $3 or so. So like Stuffy Doll, Oubliette, Crows and Grip, Expedition Map, all the things kind of like that. They have value, but it's just not huge. Probably I'll end up buy listing the majority of this stuff, which will take time once again. So, mostly I do these kinds of things for fun. Like, yeah, you can make profit, but you have to put a decent amount of time into it to actually make any profit. But I just find it a lot of fun to go through these lots, find some stuff to sell or buy list, but then other things to put into my binders to fill up my collections, and also to make fun videos like this. And there's a whole bunch of stuff left over too. Like, this stack is foils from Strixhaven. Stack is foils from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. This one is foils from Modern Horizons 2. A whole bunch of stuff like that. And I've looked through everything once, but as I've mentioned in videos like this before, I always find more cards like this when I look through it subsequent times. Like, I'll look through it 2 or 3 more times and end up finding more things like this. Like, not a lot, but I'm not going to get everything the first time I look through it. So that was a lot of fun to go through. If there's anything that I missed, you can let me know in the comments and I'll go back and pick that out. If you're still watching though, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. And in the video description, you can also find my affiliate links for Dragon Shield in case you'd like to purchase any gaming supplies. You can follow those affiliate links and help out the channel while you do so. I'd also just like to take a moment to thank all the patrons who support me on Patreon. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.